Hello, this is Seth Lewis from Lantern Home Inspections, here to perform a sewer line camera inspection on property 2021 Northeast Liberty Avenue, Gresham, Oregon 97030. Current time is 7:45 a.m. on April 11, 2026. The house is facing east. I'm here on the east side of the house. There's the main street there. Your front entry here. In the ground is a 4-inch cast iron cleanout. This is where I'll be accessing the line for inspection today. Head of my camera was covered by debris. I'm gonna pause the video so I can get this head of my camera situated. Okay, I'm back. So the head of my camera is facing downstream. So I'm going to pour some water down. I'm going to zero out my foot counter here. Pour more. Okay, so the head of my camera is facing downstream. I'm going to zero it out one last time. Purpose of this inspection is to determine the overall condition of the sewer lateral for this property to the city main. As you can see, quite a bit of sludge and corrosion. This looks like original. Quite an obstruction here. As you can see, there's sort of a dip in the line here. That's a crevasse type kind of thing here. Yeah, so the cast iron it's at about 14 feet. Yeah, there's just a lot of deformity in the pipe. You can see a lot of sludge. You can see it needs to be hydrojetted. That's going to be my recommendation. I'm absolutely going to fail this line because of the as you can see, it's difficult to even get through. There's just too much sludge and crevassic. Yeah. Now we transition just now to concrete. I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Okay, I'm back. I just had to pour some water down the pipe again. There it is. Okay, so this is concrete. Condition of this pipe seems to be serviceable. Alright, at 65 feet we have reached the city main. I'm going to go back to where the transition point is so I can mark that, because the cast iron section is definitely going to need to be evaluated, hydrojetted or chain grinded. One, to test the integrity of the pipe, and two, to get all of that sludge. I'm going to pause for a moment to locate this spot here. Okay, I'm back. So I could not locate, it seems like the ground wires that are in the ground at this point are interfering with my sound detection. So I couldn't really get an accurate view. But as you can see, a majority of the pipe here, now that we can get a clearer view, and I did zero out at that point, but as you can see, the condition of the interior of the pipe doesn't appear serviceable. I mean, it could be that it's just a heavy sludge buildup with some corrosion flaking. As you can see there's some corrosion flaking, some definite, you can see there, obstruction there. It makes a turn there. Something caught right there in a joint. And then there's this here that I saw. This, now we get a clearer view of it. There's sort of a pit there retaining water. A deformity here in the line. I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Okay, I'm back. So I was able to locate this section of the pipe here. So the wiring must stop about that point, but this is definitely a point of concern here. So I've definitely got that look. So you can see there's a pit here in the pipe here retaining water, and then a deformity that's really just an obstruction over the pipe. There might actually even be a slight separation there, but I can't tell because my camera can only see straight. I'm going to zero out my foot counter one more time just to get to that point. So about 8 feet. Okay, this does conclude the sewer line camera inspection for this property. As you saw with me going to and from the city main, the cast iron section of pipe does seem like it's unserviceable at this point, just because of the corrosion, the sludge buildup. There's some flaking, there's definitely some obstructions in the line, all signs of aging. So this is just going to have to be evaluated again by a licensed professional who repairs and replaces sewer line laterals. I would suggest first that a hydrojet or a chain grinder be done just to remove what that can, and then rescope just to determine whether or not the pipe is serviceable and salvageable. But at this point, I will fail the line. I will have a written report and this video upload for you and your realtor to view. Thank you for choosing Lantern Inspections.